Life is a four-letter word that is complicated enough that no one will ever decode its true meaning. Whether you were born into a wealthy family or a poor family, your life will be full of ups and downs. The goal in life is to minimize the downs and live a happy and inspiring existence. Let's all live a happy life of integrity. Do the right thing at all times. Hello and thanks for joining us on another episode of The Eagle. I am your host, Aisha Muhammad.
Imagine a society where everything works. Durable road networks, stable electricity supply, portable water, well-equipped and functional healthcare facilities, quality education for all, affordable housing schemes, social security benefits, job creation and a lot more that makes life comfortable to live. That is an ideal society. We can only achieve these if we all play our part. Say no to corruption to enjoy these benefits. Kill corruption to save Nigeria. This message is from the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC.
It is another landmark achievement for the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission EFCC as the Federal High Court in Abuja, presided over by Justice Okon Agman, has given a 7-year jail term sentence to a former PDP spokesperson, Olisa Metu, having found him guilty of all the 7-count charges preferred against him by the EFCC. He is also to refund the sum of 425 million naira to the federal government. Also convicted is his firm, Destra Investment Limited, which is the second defendant, which was liquidated by the court. The 7-count charge upon which Metu was jailed borders on money laundering, criminal conversion and diversions of funds. Thelma Eke tells us more.
The convict, who was a former National Publicity Secretary of the People's Democratic Party, PDP, received a said sum from the Office of the National Security Advisor, ANSA, then headed by Colonel Sambo Dasuki, retired. The prosecution had insisted that the said 400 million naira was diverted to personal use and purchase of property in Banana Island, Lagos. It could be recalled that the convicts were arraigned on January 2016 and on February 2016. An amended 7-count charge was preferred against them. The prosecution, through its counsel Sylvanus Tahir, closed its case since November 2016, but the defendants embarked on several delay tactics to frustrate the trial. Metu was found guilty of count 1 of the charge, which borders on unlawful possession of the aforementioned sum. The court held that Metu took possession of the 400 million naira from the Office of the National Security Advisor without contractual agreement. Metu was found guilty of count 1 of the charge, which borders on unlawful possession of the aforementioned sum. The court held that Metu took possession of the 400 million naira from the Office of the National Security Advisor without contractual agreement. Metu and his company were also found guilty of count 2 of the charge, which borders on conversion of the sum by using part of the money to acquire a property in Banana Island. They were also found guilty of count 3 and 4 of the charge, which have to do with detention and retention of 400 million naira, while count 5 and 6 have to do with making cash transfer above the statutory threshold of 5 million naira for individual and 10 million naira for a corporate body. The judge agreed that the said transaction was in violation of Money Laundering Act as amended in 2012. The prosecution had proven that there was a cash transaction involving the defendant where over $2 million was sent to one Nneka Ararume in his residence, and transaction was not by a financial instrument. The judge also agreed that the origin of the $2 million remained undocumented, which was to launder the origin of the fund. While count 7 involved the unlawful transfer of 21.7 million naira to the late Chief Tony Anene, the court held that the defendant ought to have known that the said amount formed part of unlawful act of the former NSA and that the prosecution has proven that there was transfer of funds to Chief Tony Anene, for which he was also found guilty and convicted as well. The judge sentenced Metu to 7 years on count 1, 2, 4, and 7, and 5 years on count 3, 5, and 6, totally 43 years. The sentences run concurrently, which leaves Metu to serve only 7 years beginning from the day of conviction. The court also found the second defendant, Metu's Destra Investment Limited, the sum of 25 million naira, each on counts 5 and 6, while Metu is also to refund the sum of 375 million naira to the federal government of Nigeria. The money in the Diamond Bank account of the second defendant was forfeited to the federal government, and the company is to be wound up. Thelma AK reporting for the Eagle.
Corruption is a kankawamu. Na kankawamu. I said na kankawamu. Na kankawamu. Corruption don't finish our country. Nigeria women rise up and come together. Oh yeah.
Every woman come out. But we fight corruption together. Oh, every woman fall out. But we kill corruption together. Oh,
them they thief our money. Send them obodo yibo. Children they suffer every day. Better school in no day. Nigeria women come, oh, women from every sector. Make we fight corruption. We won't kill our country. Them go collect money for light. Chop the money, light we no see. Good road and good health and call. We no see. I said na kankawamu.
Join the EFCC in its crusade to rid Nigeria of corruption. Naija, now we all know.
Education is a learning process for the individual to attain knowledge and understanding of the higher specific objects. It is the process of receiving or giving systematic instruction. It can be said to be an enlightening experience. This explains why the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission EFCC signed a Memorandum of Understanding with the Ahmadu Bello University, Zaria, Kaduna State, which will see the EFCC Academy Cairo, Abuja, and the university develop a curriculum in anti-corruption studies, cybercrime, and forensic. The acting chairman of the EFCC, Ibrahim Mustafa Mago, in his remarks, noted that the EFCC was exploring diverse channels towards raising the bar in the fight against corruption in the country. Abbas Abubakar Omar has the details.
The anti-corruption czar said this will include incorporating anti-corruption and allied studies in the curriculum of Nigerian schools, while developing courses in anti-corruption, cybercrime, and forensic, explaining that the Commission is partnering with tertiary institutions for study and award of certificate in postgraduate studies, sub-degrees and diploma in anti-corruption, cybercrime and forensic studies. Magu appreciated the management of Ahmadu Bello University, ABU, for seeking to set a standard in the Nigerian education sector, noting that the EFCC Academy has attained a high-level standard when it comes to anti-corruption training, hence the need for the partnership with this great university.
So I'm so happy you are here. We are very willing, we are happy, we are feeling the American universities are here. By partnering with the universities, we intend to make other people feel the responsibility, because yes, this is something that you cannot do it alone. Fighting corruption cannot be done alone. So we also need, particularly university, everybody has a responsibility in the fight against corruption. So we are just seeming just like water, boiling water. Before you know what is happening, the whole country is fighting corruption. So there will be no hiding place for the corruption, for the good. That's why I said this country will never be corrupt.
The Vice-Chancellor of ABU, Professor Ibrahim Garba, who led the management team of the university to the event at EFCC's corporate headquarters, Abuja, expressed his school's happiness at being part of the partnership, which he noted was one of the efforts of the university to fill the knowledge gaps in the Nigerian education sector. The battle against corruption, he noted, has to be taken beyond physical actions to intellectual level. Garba said that over 1 million young Nigerians will write JAMB exam, Joint Admission and Matriculation Board this year, and more than 80,000 applicants will apply to be admitted into the school, but the university can only admit not more than 11,000 yearly. He pointed out that to close the gap, ABU opened distant learning centers, designed online programs and other off-campus solutions for students to be able to study on their own with convenience through the aid of technology. The Vice-Chancellor further disclosed that ABU will be awarding degrees in cybercrime, anti-corruption studies, forensic and so many others in postgraduate and sub-degree levels in conjunction with the EFCC Academy.
Because of the pressure, those that have graduated want to go back and continue education. Either the opportunities are not there to get it within their comfort zone, or even, for example, over 12,000 people apply for postgraduate studies every year at ABU. We can take only about 5,000 to 6,000. So even at MSc and PhDs, large numbers are applying, but there is no space. So we found that it is wise to really broaden and reach people. And that's why the Ahmadu Bello University have opened in the last 5 years the Ahmadu Bello University Distance Learning Center, and where we are now running an MBA, some undergraduate programs through distance learning. And this distance learning is a blended learning. The materials are sent online, are sent on paper, on disk. You study at your comfort, at the comfort of your place. You are linked tutors. Some are abroad, and the tutors are really responding to the students' needs. But when it comes to writing an exam, you have to come to the university and write your exam for quality control and other issues related. So that's why now we can see that it has given us the opportunity, when we identify a need in society, we can quickly go and address it. Especially when we have institutions like you that are already grounded and doing it best. So it is always a pleasure to join hands to really take it forward.
The acting commandant of EFCC Academy, Professor Ladi Hamalai, revealed that the committee set up for the actualization of the EFCC and ABU collaboration had worked strategically for 6 months, which include inspections on the academy to verify its resources and facilities, adding that in the end, the academy was certified fit to offer the studies.
Agreed to adapt programs and run them in affiliation. And we are so grateful for all the work that we've put in and all the effort where we are now. And these programs are programs that would input directly into the work of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, from digital forensics to cybercrime and cybersecurity to anti-corruption studies, right up to law enforcement and justice administration, criminal justice administration. These are some of the courses that we've agreed at different levels: postgraduate diploma, and 3-month certificate courses for all the 6 subjects. So it's flexible depending on what.
It may interest you to know that Ahmadu Bello University is to provide learning and teaching support to the EFCC Academy, which will award sub-degree, certificate and diploma to students in anti-corruption, cybercrime and forensic studies. Abbas Abubakar Umar reporting for The Eagle.
Corruption undermines human development. It divides public resources away from the provision of essential services. It increases inequalities and hinders national and local economic development by distorting markets for goods and services. It corrodes the rule of law and destroys public trust in governments and leaders. This is the reason why the EFCC rigorously fights the corruption cankerworm that eats deep into our society. Next is a court report on former governor of Plateau State, Jonan Jang, who was rearraigned by the EFCC. Again, Abbas Abubakar Umar tells us more.
The Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, has rearranged the former Plateau State Governor, Senator Jonah David Jang, and a former cashier in the office of the Secretary to the State Government, OSSG, Yusuf Palm, before Justice C.L. Dabop of Plateau State High Court Jos on amended 17-count charge. The duo of Jang and Palm are being prosecuted by the EFCC for alleged criminal breach of trust and misappropriation of Plateau State funds to the tune of 30,236,024,219 naira 88 kobo. Before the resumption of trial, the matter had been before Justice Longji, who before proceeding on retirement on December 31, 2019, had struck out the no-case submission of the defendants, particularly on the funds for small and medium enterprises given to the state by the Central Bank of Nigeria, CBN, and that of the State Universal Basic Education Board, SUBEB, which were allegedly diverted by the defendants. The defendants pleaded not guilty to the charges, and following their plea, Prosecution Counsel O.A. Atolabi requested for a trial date. However, the defense counsels for both defendants, E.G. Pajok SAN and S.G. Ode, applied for oral bail application and asked the court to toe the line of the bail earlier granted to the defendants by Justice Longji. Justice Dabop granted the defendants bail on the previous terms they enjoyed from Justice Longji and asked the remaining 3 sureties to file their affidavits to show that they are still willing to continue to be their sureties. The process, the judge said, must be done within 3 days. He adjourned the matter till May 26, 27 and 28, 2020 for trial. Abbas Abubakar Umar reporting for the Eagle.
My people, you see, time don't come where we go stop to grumble. Make we talk about this matter where they table. Before this country go fumble, come tumble. Time don't come where we go hold ourselves accountable and responsible. See as corruption make man pikin dey miserable. See as the hunger dey unbearable. Electricity no dey stable. Our roads no dey reliable. Education no dey affordable. Even elections myself, e no dey credible. Who we go hold responsible? But una know say a great Nigeria dey possible. This cankerworm called corruption, e dey curable. Me and you, we dey able, we dey capable, and together we go create an economy that is sustainable. That is why I dey beg all of una, make una support the EFCC so that we fit kick this nyamanyama thing wey they call corruption come up for this country. I beg, make una support EFCC.
This message is from the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC.
The acting chairman of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, Ibrahim Mustafa Magu, has warned fraudsters, especially those who have been dropping his name and that of officers and men of the commission, to fraudulently obtain money from unsuspecting members of the public to be prepared to face the heat from the commission. Magu gave this warning during a meeting with officers and men of the commission at the EFCC corporate headquarters in Jabi, Abuja. Thelma Eke has the details of the engagement with the chairman.
The EFCC boss, who urged the general public to be wary of influence peddlers, said that the commission under his watch will continue to do the right thing for a better tomorrow. Magu further stated that there are people who have been going about telling others that they are his friends and that of officers of the commission, with the aim of collecting money to influence their cases. He further stressed that the EFCC is working hard to make sure such people are arrested, properly persecuted and punished accordingly. This is coming on the heels of the arrest of 3 suspects for dropping the name of the acting chairman and some senior officers of the commission, as well as impersonation of operatives of the EFCC. The 3 persons who are currently in the net of the EFCC for falsely parading themselves as staff of the commission and dropping staff names for illicit material gains from unsuspecting members of the public are Samson Sani, Chinaza Ike and one Kenneth Osita. Sani, who is a 38-year-old member of Chartered Institute of Forensic and Professionals of Nigeria, CIFIPN, paraded himself as a Course 8 staff of the EFCC and head of forensic unit of the commission. a pretense he used to approach members of the public who have issues in the commission with promise of assisting them get out of trouble and obtain money from them in the process.
I don't know what came over me that made me do this, and I really apologize for it. I have apologized to the system and whatever wrongs that of course I got out of this, I will restitute it back immediately.
Luck ran out on Sani when sometime in 2019 he collected 5 million naira from one Henry Agbo with a promise to influence the outcome of a criminal matter that concerned him in the commission and to secure the release of a suspect of interest to him in the custody of the Lagos office of the EFCC. In his petition, Agbo said Sani introduced himself as a staff of the EFCC in the Forensic Directorate and following their discussion demanded the sum of 20 million naira from him to kill a matter that concerned him in the EFCC as well as secure the release of a suspect who is of interest to him from the custody of the Lagos office of the Commission. The complainant revealed that he negotiated Sani's price down to 10 million naira and made advance payment of 5 million naira cash to him. According to the complainant, Sani collected the money and neither delivered on his promise nor refunded the money he paid him, prompting him to report the matter to the EFCC after a long and fruitless wait. Upon arrest, Sani was caught with a forged identity card that bore features associated with the EFCC, with which he deceived people into believing that he was a bona fide EFCC detective. A further checkup on Sani revealed that he was equally involved in another fraud against one Dominic Agbo, whom he swindled to the tune of 770,000 naira on the pretext of helping him to unfreeze a friend's account that was under investigation by the EFCC. Similarly, 44-year-old Ike, who is into real estate business, and Osita were apprehended by the Commission for name dropping. Ike had allegedly met Osita and assured that he was a confidant of the head EFCC External Cooperation and would exploit his relationship with the officer to help him recover his cut from an oil deal executed in 2017 between Alheri Energy Oil Plus Nigeria and a Chinese-based oil firm, Humble High, a deal in which Osita was alleged to have played a key role but was changed afterwards. According to Ike, Osita was introduced to him by a pastor whom he did not disclose his name, who appealed to him to use his influence of knowing someone in EFCC to help Osita recover his share from the oil deal. Ike later informed Osita that he knew the EFCC officer and would address his matter with her, assuring Osita that the officer would help him get his share from the deal. But after a long fruitless wait for Ike to deliver, Osita demanded that Ike should lead him to meet the officer one-on-one so as to get a first-hand information from her concerning the issue. Ike, however, could only reassure him that the officer has sorted out the issue and that he would receive his share of the oil deal soon. Excited by the new development, Osita visited EFCC's head office to meet the officer to further discuss the matter with her. The bubble burst when Osita discovered that Ike doesn't even know the EFCC's officer. Ike was consequently arrested by the Commission and Osita's arrest followed. The suspects will be charged to court as soon as investigations are concluded. Thelma Ake reporting for the Eagle.
Well, this should serve as a deterrent to people that intend to do so, and the EFCC is using this medium to warn the public that the Commission does not operate on a personal level. When you have any complaint or suggestions, you can reach the EFCC on 0990447751 or 0990447752 or 0990447753, or you can reach us on info@efccnigeria.org. Don't go through anyone to reach the Commission. You can walk into any of our offices nearest to you to get clarity on issues, or you can call, as we said earlier, or send an email or chat with us on our social media platforms on Facebook, Twitter and Instagram, all at Official EFCC. Never fall a victim to scammers. And with that, we have come to the end of today's episode of The Eagle. You too can be part of this program by sending your enquiries and suggestions to the Eagle at efccnigeria.org or search and follow us on all our social media platforms at Official EFCC. My name is Aisha Muhammad. I leave you with this parting words that says the difference between a corrupt and an honest person is that the corrupt person has a price and the honest person has value. Make yourself valuable. From all of us, it's goodbye. God bless Nigeria and be kind to one another.